What makes you think that I'm an answer if you ain't mine?
Hey, 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 y'all know what this is.
Another one.
If you're a real ninja, hit the like
Another
button.
one.
You want to be a real ninja? Hit the subscribe button, baby. Show the algorithm you ain't no bigot. Show the algorithm you all about that diversity and inclusion. Yes, sir. Shout out to the ladies in the chat. If you're a Knight Rider, let me know down in the comments. If you're a Knight Rider,
she fucks niggas, y'all.
take the damn mask off.
Trying to tell you.
Woo. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Ninjas and Nerds segment of the show. I am your host, Atreus. Guys, hit the goddamn like button. I ski you guys, I'm gonna have. Alright? Follow me on Twitter, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram, follow me everywhere. Let's keep the channel growth going. Anyway, let's jump right into the news. Sarah Michelle Gellar, our Buffy the Vampire Slayer, is lost. Okay, she's lost. All right, she doesn't understand. Sarah Michelle Gellar slams the mentality of the male superhero very backwards. How so, Michelle? How, Sarah? How, Gellar? Captain Marvel and Mrs. Marvel were hounded by negative reviews at the time of their release. Actress Sarah Michelle Gellar sounded off on a criticism that she said female superheroes seem to routinely receive, calling it and the male superhero mentality backwards. How so? How so? Genre is where women can really succeed and hold an audience, Gellar said. Every time a Marvel movie tries to do a female cast, it just gets torn apart. Unfortunately, audiences weren't as accepting. There's still this mentality of the male superhero. This is a very backwards way of thinking. Unfortunately, Sarah, I'm not going to roast Sarah too much because there's a special place in my heart for Miss Sarah. Okay, Buffy the Vampire Slayer was one of my favorite pastimes. Sarah is she's misguided here. All right, first of all, men are a sign of strength, a sign of bravery, a sign of a lot of different masculine traits. When the police come to stop someone from breaking into your house or to save you from a burning building, the firemen come. Your expectation is that there's a man there. If your house is on fire and your children are in there and they send a bunch of women, Miss Sarah, I'm sorry, you're going to be pissed. I guarantee it. It's easy for you to say this in front of a camera in Hollywood, but the simple fact of the matter is the reason why there's male superheroes do better is because people prefer men save them, not women. I'm sorry, that's just the way of the world. Secondly, unfortunately for you and the rest of the women in Hollywood, y'all don't know how to make a movie without tearing the men down around you. Captain Marvel did it. Mrs. Marvel did it. The Black Widow movie did it. Even though we had been waiting for years on the Black Widow movie, it just came too late. But you guys cannot make a movie where you make the woman powerful and strong and interesting without making all the men around her ridiculously incompetent. And so people don't like it. Mrs. Marvel was garbage. Captain Marvel was garbage. And here's the thing. I really wanted to be into Mrs. Marvel. Kamala Khan, I was very interested in liking the character after playing the Avengers video game. And they ruined it. Matter of fact, besides Kamala Khan, you can't tell me the name of one single supporting character in that show. You can't. So, anyway, Captain Marvel and Mrs. Marvel were hounded by negative reviews at the time of their release, with the former getting 45% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, although the film scored much better with critics. Brie Larson, who starred as Captain Marvel in 2019, called flack for some controversial comments she made on the Marvel press tour that were perceived as sexist towards men. At least Fox News is being very middle ground about it. Her press days appeared to be overwhelmingly white male, she said at one point. Other critics complained that Captain Marvel didn't smile enough. The critics was not lost on Larson in a recent interview. How long will you play Captain Marvel? When she replied, I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again? Not really. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. Brie. Not really. Me personally, I don't have a problem with Brie Larson. I understand what she was trying to say, but the way she went about it was completely ridiculous. If you want more people of color in the press, what you do is you go into neighborhoods where there's people of color and you talk to them about that profession and get them interested in doing it. But going on a press tour saying, "Screw the white men. We don't care about your opinion." Okay, and when they say, "All right, well, fuck you then. I don't want to watch this shit." And make no mistake, the only reason that movie made $1 billion was because it was in between Infinity War and Endgame. The Marvels is not making $1 billion. Watch. Watch. But anyway, Miss Sarah, I understand, but you're wrong. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Hit the goddamn like button. And I'll talk to you guys a little bit later.
Let's go. Beat that thing down like you started attention, my baby. You had some plans with your man, just tell him to cancel, my baby. Slide to the crib like Dracula's.